Welcome back to the Boondocks Homestead. I'm in here in my pantry and I'm going to share a few things with you today. Talk about some canning a little bit, and if y'all have any questions, feel free to comment underneath this video in the description area. I've got a lot of stuff. We'll just dive into it here, okay? This is the picture that I have on my Facebook profile page. You can see it doesn't look like the picture anymore because I've just come in here and randomly grabbed stuff and just put these jars back up here, and it's not organized anymore. So that's kind of what I'm coming in here to do. I did have all my jellies, jams, and butters over here on this side, and now I see there's been a bunch moved over this way. I did have all my dried stuff up on this shelf and this shelf, but it looks like I've squished it all on this shelf for some reason. I don't even know why. Anyway, and then I keep my meat and stuff. I try to keep it lower down toward the bottom, like our chicken. Like these are chicken legs, and all of our deer venison that we can is down there. And then I've got stew. I've just got a variety of stuff, and we've been eating it. And that's why it's not all pretty and full anymore, because that was last year's picture. I don't think I've ever showed you guys how I do my French fries. I've got several of these. And then I've just got regular potatoes too. But I can French fries. One day maybe I'll do a video on that. These are the best French fries you will ever eat. Anyway, I was trying to dig back there. I don't know what all I got a bunch of potatoes on here. And reason being we haven't eaten a lot of them is because if you've been following us and watching our videos, you know that Tim and I was diagnosed being pre-diabetic last year because we gained so much weight. I mean, I'm just being honest, y'all. And we ate too much sweets, too much sugar, too much refined sugar, okay? And I still love to make it. That's why I make it, and I sell it because we can't eat it all, and I just love to make it. But anyway, I always say everything in moderation, right? Like, we can eat a dessert once or twice a week, but we were eating it every day after our meals. I mean, we're just getting crazy with it. We're just getting crazy with it. So potatoes are really starchy, and that is and starch turns to sugar. So that's when I went on, I went the year before that. I started the sourdough journey. Then I quit because I didn't really know what I was getting into, and I was like, wow, this is really a commitment, a commitment. And I wasn't sure I wanted to take that commitment. And then I ended up doing it after we were diagnosed being pre-diabetic because I didn't want to take medication, synthetic, man-made medication. I didn't want that. So I wanted to try to, do it with diet and reverse it kind of with diet. And we haven't completely reversed it, but I haven't had my blood work done. Tim had his done the other day, and his is still a lot better than what it was. It's not perfect, but we're older too, and we still do eat a little bit of it, and we're not in great, physical. We don't go to the gym or do nothing like that. We work out here on our little micro farm, our little mini farm. But by the time we get done doing that, guys, we're too tired to go, I don't know, lift weights or ride a treadmill or whatever. No, it's not going to happen. We get a lot of walking done out here. Anyway, and more so in the, in the summertime. But so the potatoes, that's where I was going with that. The potatoes I've got a lot on the shelf because we do those sparingly. Now, with that being said, we grew, and you can go watch this video. We did our sweet potatoes this year. We grew our sweet potatoes, and we grew the purple ones. They had white flesh, but they were purple on the outside, and they are so good. We ate some of those the other day. And then we had just our regular, sweet potatoes. And so we've been really eating those, and we're going to try to get those ate up because it's just about time. We're just about time. It's about garden time, you know, we're getting ready to be. And then I have my croutons. I've been making a lot of croutons for salads and stuff. So I got them up here. I've got all my sprouts that's that you can't see up there, but I've got a big long, it's a grow light. And I'll show you maybe here if I don't forget. I'll show you before I get off here. And I grow my sprouts up there. I got alfalfa seeds, broccoli seeds, and mung beans. Them are really good. And these are just loaded with vitamins. So I always say this is my winter crop. And I did one on doing the seeds in the jar. And I haven't done one growing them in the tray, but it's pretty simple. I've got a lot of tomato stuff, you know, because we have a lot of tomatoes. I mean, a bunch. And I've got all kinds of salsa. I've got just regular. Now you'll see some of my jars, they don't have the ring around them, and some of them do. The ones that do, it's because I couldn't get them off, and I wasn't gonna really, you know, twist them to get them off because I didn't want to mess with the seal. But these are just regular old tomatoes, like you put in chili or put in soup or put in whatever. My grandma, she used to take stewed tomatoes, and I love stewed tomatoes, and I like to make them, but I can't make that many because Tim don't like them. And all it is they're sweet tomatoes, and she would put them in elbow macaroni. You know, she'd cook her up some elbow macaroni, or cook us up some, and put this in it. Oh, it was so good. It was so good. I love that stuff. I love it. Anyway, I got a lot of that. I made a lot of ketchup. We have a lot. No, that's barbecue sauce. I'm sorry. We have a lot of barbecue sauce I made too. We need to use up. And of course, I don't know where my ketchup is. It's in here somewhere. And then the cowboy candy. You know, I do a lot with that. That's just and I did a video on that. Go watch that. This is so good. So good. And you can put it on your hamburgers. You can put it on your hot dogs. You can put it on anything. I mean, Tim pulls it out and puts it on all kinds of stuff. But again, it's got a lot of sugar in it. But it's good. It sure is good. And then I made hot pickle relish. Is this no, this is just regular pickle relish. But I had made some hot pickle relish, and boy, I'll tell you what, it is good. It's not too hot because I can't eat real hot stuff. But it's good. And that's what with this cowboy candy, it's not real hot. Because I guess that sugar kind of balances it. And it just isn't real hot. You like it. I think you would. I don't know. Anyway. And then I've got, I see a lot of this stuff I don't want to do again this year because I don't know if we'll get this. Whoopsie. I've got I need to put all these kind of jars. It needs to be organized again. I need to put all these jars, you know, on shelves with just empty jars. And then I've just got to go back through it and do it, you guys. And I had to crawl down in here and get on my knees, and I got bad knees, so it's a job. And I did onions. I did a bunch of these onions, and you know what I do with these? Now you're probably thinking onions. No, these I will drain, and I'll go out on the Blackstone, and I'll put us some venison, a good cut of venison where I've chopped, you know, like fajita meat or something, you know. And then I make it a little bit smaller, about like that. I think I made a video on that. Go watch it. And anyway, so I will, and I'll throw a jar of these on there. I don't know if I did in that video, but oh, so good. So good. Really, really good. And I mix that in with all that. It's really good. I even did strawberries this year because I had so many. I found them on sale. You know, my strawberries didn't do that good. Our strawberries, our blueberries, blackberries, grapes, they just take their spells. You know, what year they're gonna produce good or something. I don't know. But anyways, our strawberries didn't do real good last year, so I had found them on sale. So I canned a bunch of them. And what will I do with these? I probably won't take these out and eat them because, as you can see, the water that was in them, I put clear water, so it's kind of like took the water out or the color out of the strawberries. But I could use this for a lot of different recipes. So that's what they'll get used for. And then I've got cabbage and coleslaw. I've got just regular banana peppers. I've got just regular jalapeno peppers that are not cowboy candy. I've got, listen, you guys can do this too. If you don't do this, I'm going to get my books and I'm going to show you in a minute. I've got 2 ball books. Now, I didn't learn everything out of these ball books, but there's some good recipes. You can go buy any of these recipes. They're perfect. They're absolutely wonderful. But they're good, especially for beginners. I've been doing canning out here, I guess, since we've been out here. I don't know, maybe shortly after, maybe. I don't remember. I've been doing it for a while, but I didn't do it all my life. You know what I mean? I didn't can all my life. I wasn't interested in that. It was easier to go to the store. And I'm going to tell you right now, it is easier to go to the store, but you're not going to get in here what you're going to get at the store. Okay. Here's all of our beans. I got a whole thing of beans, plus I've got some froze. Because you put up a few bean plants and you have a lot. We eat a lot of these too, though. And then let's see, sweet potatoes. All my liquid gold. I think I did a video on that too. That's all my broth, my rooster broth. And I'll tell you what, a lot of people's like, what's the difference between rooster broth and chicken? Well, rooster broth was made with a rooster carcass, and chicken broth is made with a chicken. There's no difference. There really isn't. It's pretty much the same thing. And if you're sick and you open that up, heat that up a little bit and sip on that, there ain't nothing better. There is nothing better. And then I just use this in all my recipes. And I don't have to buy it at the store. Okay. And they've gotten so high with these jars, these canning jars. And ball. Now I'll tell you, I don't know. I haven't tried the other ones like the Kerr and there's an off-brand from Dollar Store. There's just different off-brand ones, I think. Ball is the only one that I pressure can in. I just haven't. I won't use anything but a ball in my pressure canner. That's just me. I don't know. But anyways, they've gotten so high on all this stuff. But once you get some going and you got them and you just reuse them and take care of them, okay? And check them every time you go to can. Check the rims and make sure the rims, no cracks or nothing, chips. If they do, use them for something else, not canning, or pitch them, whatever you want to do. I usually use them for something else because I don't like to waste anything. And then what else? Oh, I got some okra back here. I bet my granddaughter didn't know this was back here. She likes this okra. It's just pickled okra. And I'm just going over some of this stuff with you to maybe give you some ideas of what you can can this summer. And that's another thing. Everybody talks about canning season. I don't really have a canning season because I don't care what time of the year it is. I'll can if it doesn't matter. There's different things that's in season, different times of the year, but it doesn't really matter. It doesn't have to be in season for me, to can it. For instance, now my rooster broth, that was for our roosters. Those chicken legs I got at the meat market, and they were on sale. And I bought an abundance of them so I could can them, because there is nothing better than coming home when you are tired and you want to make a thing of jambalaya, or you want to make a tater tot casserole, chicken tater tot casserole. You want to make something that involves chicken. Nothing better than coming in here and getting this off the shelf. You don't have to boil it. You don't have to fry it. You don't have to you just take it out of this jar and put it in your recipe. Chicken and dumplings. I mean, it's just, you may think there is a lot of work to all this, but it pays off. It pays off because you can just come in here and grab this when you're tired one evening, and you just, use it in your recipe, and you don't have to worry about, oh, I forgot to thaw it out, or I forgot, you know what I mean? But anyways, these are from the meat market. So when I find stuff on sale, just like those strawberries I told you, and then I'll just can it. And a lot of people watching this probably going to be like, oh, there's all them pesticides on them strawberries you buy at the store. Yeah, there is. There is probably. And I try to wash everything in vinegar and water to try to get as much junk off of it as I can. but you're always gonna have to buy something from the store. I don't care. I don't care what homesteader you are, you're always gonna have to buy something. There's something you're gonna have to buy from the store that you don't have, that you're gonna need, So, you just pray about it. Just pray about it. I mean, we can't just be I try to stay away from that stuff, but a lot of people can't homestead. A lot of people don't have a place to put a garden. A lot of people physically can't even do a garden, and there'll be a day when Tim and I are not going to be able to physically do a garden. I'm sure, if we live that long. And so we cannot, get on these people about stuff that they buy and cook and where they buy it and all the pesticides and all this stuff. You know what? The air we breathe is not good for us, and all this stuff. You go to the store and you buy this furniture and you buy these drapes and you buy this stuff and it's got formaldehyde in it and you've got, and you're breathing that in your house and you use those dryer sheets in your dryer and just different things, they're just, when it's your time, God's going to take you and it doesn't matter. It just doesn't matter, what. I mean, yes, it's good to eat good because that will make you feel good, but that's the only thing I push. And I don't really push it. It's like, if you can eat good and healthier, you'll just feel better, and that's what I try to do. But I'm not going to sit and harp on people about, oh, don't do this, don't do that, it'll kill you. No, I'm not going to do that. Because I might say, now this is a little bit better than this. And the sourdough, it doesn't spike your blood sugar like regular bread does. So that's why we went to the sourdough. And one of the main reasons. And, just different stuff like that. But it all boils down to, like I told you the other day in that video, I've eaten things all my life that wasn't good for me. And I am 56 years old. And I may live another 20 years. I may live another 20 minutes. I don't know. And I'm not going to worry about that because I'm not in control. God is. Okay? So then I've got, let's move on down here. Now this is an item that I use a lot during the summer. It is apple pie filling. And I make this stuff all year round because I make a lot of things with this. Okay? And Tim's favorite pie when he wants one is apple pie. So I've got many, many jars of this down here, and it is so good. My recipe is so good. Maybe, I might have did a video on that. I don't even know. I'm up to 103 videos, I think. So it's like I'm starting to forget what I've done. But that's a good one to can. Good item to can. What else do I got over there? I got beans. I got corn. Now listen. Last year, okay, let me get rid of these. I didn't think I was going to be on here this long, you guys. Last year we did popcorn. I'm sitting on this chair too. If I fall on the floor, this little stool, and then I already broke it once, so it's not very sturdy. So you may catch me on the floor here in a minute. This we grew out of our garden year before last. Okay, and we don't eat a lot of corn anymore either because starch. But we've got, looks like 5 cans of corn left. I've got cream corn, I got regular corn. And last year we decided, let's do popcorn. So our friends gave us some ears of corn and we grew our own popcorn. And it is amazing. I'm just going to tell you, it's the best popcorn ever. And if you'll do it in a little bit of bacon grease, it's really good. So, okay, we got the corn and the beans. We got the potatoes. Corn, bean, potatoes. Okay, write that on your list. Meat, and then your fruit, apple, and then if I've got peach, or if I catch peaches on sale, we got a place up north that you can catch stuff on sale, and that's where I go and get it, and then I will can up a bunch of it. Peaches is another one of those items. We have 2 peach trees, and we got enough off of our 2 peach trees last year to make 1 peach pie. It was good too. No, that was a couple years ago. I'm sorry. They're still in the freezer. I froze them. We haven't done anything with those peaches yet. Yeah, that was a couple of years ago that we only got a few peaches off enough to make a pie, and it was good. It was really good. But they just haven't really took off yet. They're huge, but they just really haven't took off yet. And we don't want to put nothing on them, we want it to all be natural. Try to be natural. Occasionally you got to put some, like, people ask me at the farmer's market, is there any pesticides or herbicides or anything on medicine on this stuff, when we take our vegetables? Well, like our zucchinis, sometimes we have to put Seven Dust on them, or them pumpkin bugs will just eat everything you got. My grandma used Seven Dust probably since it had come out. I don't know. I remember her putting Seven Dust on her and Miracle Grow. She put that all over her garden. But we eat that stuff forever, uh, using that stuff. So I don't know. I don't know. Anyways, like I said, I don't look too much into that. I know there's things bad for us. I do. I get it. But like I said, the air we breathe, and everybody, oh, we have these chemtrails and everything. Yeah, we probably do. But that's another thing. It's just another thing, and we just got to live here and deal with it, I guess. I mean, there's nothing we can do about it. What can we do about it? There's nothing we can do about it. Put our faith and trust in God. All right. Apples. I got all my dried stuff. What is that doing there? That's some broth. I don't know why that's over there. I bet I picked it up, was going to make something, and I just set it down there. I'm good at that. Okay. So I got all my dry. I got apples. I got oranges. Now I use some of this stuff for my soap sometimes too. And I've got lemons and limes. I got all kinds of peppers. Now I put these dry packs in here in my dehydrated stuff. What are these? Sweet potatoes. We need to eat those. And now I've got hash browns. I did some of those. And if you don't have a dehydrator and you can afford to get one, or save your money to get one. They are nice. And I mean one of the good, like, they've got, I think mine's got 8 trays. It's a big one. And they are so nice. You can do so much with them, and you can get so much done at one time. I've still got my little round one with all those trays in it, and I used it for years and years and years. And I finally said, I'm ready to move up to a bigger one, and I did. And this is my watermelon. And then I've got all my herbs. We won't go through all that. I've got a lot of hot peppers. We were going to make our own hot pepper sauce, but we decided again, no, that's sun-dried tomatoes. That's what I put in my bowls and my bread. Them are so good. Peppers. We got a bunch of hot peppers. But we decided against the hot pepper thing. It's a whole fermenting process, and which I do ferment foods sometimes, but we just didn't want to go through that for just hot sauce, because I really don't eat hot sauce. Tim eats a little bit of it, but I don't really eat it. So I was like, we can do it if you want to, but we'll probably make too much. I did bananas. Why that ain't? There we go. I was like, and it wasn't moving. Okay. And then I got, you don't have to do all this. You don't have to do all this. If you just start out with, if you don't can, but you want to get into canning, if you would just start out with like some simple beans, corn, or if you just want a water bath and start out with that, that's easier than pressure canning, which you can do these in the pressure canner. Well, it's kind of rebel canning, and I'm not a rebel canner. I'm not. I can't tell you how to I can't tell you how to water bath beans, because I don't water bath them. I pressure can them. I pressure can all my vegetables because they say it's safer, and I just do. Okay, don't beat me up over that. If you want to water bath yours, you do it. I will not say a word to you about it, but I just don't. And my tomatoes, I think I do water bath my tomatoes, yeah, and my peppers. But my jams, jellies, and butters, they all get water bathed. So if you want to start out something really simple, just see if you can do it. That's the simplest thing, is jelly. This is some of it that we sell, but it's peach jam, and I make strawberry jam, and I make strawberry jalapeno jam, and I make jalapeno jam, and I make jelly, and I make blackberry jam. I make all kinds of different stuff. That's pretty much it, guys. I've got a lot more stuff back in these behind there and everything. I won't get into that. I want to show you those books. Okay. I wanted to show you these too. These are my dry packs I get. And I get these off Amazon. And they work really good in the dehydrated stuff. And then I've got my VPO5 or whatever. It fits down over my lids and it seals those lids on there. Okay, so they're airtight. They're awesome. It's awesome. And I'll put both of those links underneath there. And the other day when I was making my goat cheese, I'm getting ready to make some mozzarella cheese with our goat's milk. But I told you I was going to put this, show you what cheesecloth I made. This is not like you buy at the store. This is a good grade cheesecloth. And it works well. Let me just tell you, it works really well. And there's quite a bit for it, and it wasn't a whole lot. It was very affordable. Okay, so I want to show you those two things. And this was my first one. Now it's older. I've had it for a good while. It's pretty wore. But I've got places marked, you know, on the ones that I use the most and stuff, like my tomato ketchup. Now I tell you what, if you want a good tomato ketchup recipe, I've got it. It's half of this and half what my mom gave me, and I kind of put it together. I don't know. It is so good. It is so much. The grandkids just love it. They come over and they're like, French fries off the shelf and tomato ketchup. There ain't nothing better. Okay, I'm just gonna tell you. This is my new one. I just bought this one, and I have to be honest with you, I like the other one better. But it's got some good stuff in it, and it's very good. You know, it's there's cranberry ketchup, fruit ketchup. I don't know. There's a lot of stuff. Ketchups, tomato ketchup. There's a lot of stuff in here I probably wouldn't ever make, but it's a good one. It's a good one. Any of your ball ones. I'm just gonna tell you, any of your ball ones are good. And that's the ones that I would suggest. Now I've got my own Canon book, and I've got my own recipes in here, and the way I do things, my cowboy candy. I just got a zucchini relish that Mrs. Hudson gave us the recipe for. She was a lady, a really good friend of ours. She's passed, but she left me with that recipe. A chow chow recipe. We got chow chow too. Apple butter. We got apple butter too. You know, and you can all this stuff, and you got it on the shelf, and it's just, I want to tell you something. It was a lot of work, but it was so rewarding when you sit down at the table and you're able to open something up that you have preserved for however long, you know. And I will not tell you how long to keep all this stuff, because you do what you think you should do. But I have kept stuff. I'm just going to tell you what I've done. There's some stuff on here that I have kept for a very long time. Okay. I got to hurry up. This has already been 30 minutes, you guys. You're not going to want to stand here and watch this. Anyway, then I've got all my medicinal stuff in here. My fire cider, my honey and garlic. When I did my stevia for my stevia crop, I've just got a lot of goods. My horseradish root. I made horseradish sauce out of my horseradish root that I grew. I just got all kinds of good stuff in here. Good stuff. And that's what you need to do. Go get you one of these. Order you a ball book. Go get you one of these. And just, you know, do it by trial and error. That's what it's going to be. And some things are going to turn out. You're going to flub up some things, but it'll be okay. It'll be okay, because that's how you learn. That's how you learn. Or that's how I learned anyways. I was going to show you something else. The other day I was telling you how much I liked beans. I just noticed these a while ago. I'll get the dry beans from the store, and instead of leaving them on the shelf or anything, hey, you ever make homemade burritos? We do. We love them. And I'll come in here and I'll get about 2 of these and mix some Monterey Jack with them in a pan and melt that together in there, and then put them on our tortilla shells with some hamburger in it. All right, nothing better. We usually put taco seasoning in with the hamburger. There ain't nothing better. Yeah, beans. And these beans, pinto beans. And I think, what's the tomato sauce? I made a bunch of tomato sauce. That's just tomato sauce, and I don't have to buy it. Look how thick that is. And I don't have to buy that from the store. Little hard work pays off. It really does. But okay, well, I'm gonna have to. It's about noonish. I gotta go feed that baby goat. And I just thought I wanted to. And if you've seen this bottle, it's not alcohol. These maple syrup bottles, any kind of bottles, I kind of collect because I make my own apple cider vinegar. I think I made a video on that. Um, I've got a lot of it around here, and I use a lot of it, and I make my own, and just little different tinctures and stuff, um, and I like these bottles for that reason. So I just kind of collect. Then we buy the real maple syrup from I think we get this from Rural King, but it's really good. So I just have different kinds of bottles all over the place. I like the wet jars too. I have my mail lady got me started on those, bless her heart. They're not cheap, but they are nice jars. They are nice jars, and they have the rubber seal with the clamps. I think I have, yeah, like this. I got my rice flour. I make my own rice flour too. See the clamps and the seal on those? Them are really, they're they're nice jars. I like them. I don't can in them though, but you can, but I don't. I use my ball jars for can. I use this for other stuff. So, hey, I'm going to get off here and hurry up and get this on. I got to go feed the baby, get this on. I got to go get on the bus. I got to come home. I got to get some more stuff done around the house. And then I got a bread order tomorrow. And I think that's it, guys. So if you have any questions, just underneath this video, just holler at me. I'll help you out any way I can. I will help you out any way I can. I got to get off here. I love you guys, and I hope you do that. Start you some jelly or jam or butter or something up there. Start that, and if you got any questions, ask. Go get you a ball book. Get you a little binder. Start you a little binder or your own little cannon book, and get busy, guys. Get busy. All right. Lord willing, I'll catch you on the next video. Bye.